Hello, in this episode I want to talk about what you can do with BLL. I point out in the web page that BLL is a minimalistic portable Lua programming environment. And the goal with BLL is that you can build small standalone application. When you start BLL for the first time, it loads the sample project. Here you can see the name of the project, and this is the sample files. The sample file shows the object and the function that you can use with BLL at the moment. I am only going to describe very simple and run the sample script one by one so you can get a basic understanding on what you can do. I'm going to start with the bitmap button.bll, and to go to the next file in the project list I press Ctrl right. And this script is all about this bitmap button, and this you can make a toolbar that is tabbable. So here I can go with the left and right button, and if we go to the next file, that is the gaug.bll, it's about the gaug meter, and here we have the gaug meter. We create one and we load two sound, and we have the timer that is going endlessly every 30 milliseconds, and call this timer loop. And he's also going to print out the progress in the input field. And after he done with the 100%, he's going to count down with the timer 5 times, and then he's going to terminate the application. Here we have the kill me now. It's in version 2 of BLL. We can now delete all our object. So if I press delete, I'm going to kill the sub windows with all the sub function is going to be destroyed. So they are still partly in the memory, but they are empty shell. And this is when you press F12, you can recreate them. And this is the program that I use for create and delete all the object. And here we have the dir control that is actually not controlling the dir control object. This is the file control object, and this supposed to be the BLL commander replacement that never happened. And this is how to handle the file control, and is also for handling the sub window. And here we can delete the sub window also here, and F12 to create a new sub window. The next is all about radio button and radio boxes, and we have here the information text that what we can do with this script. So we can see here if we press C, we're going to count the radio box elements, and the next one it's enable. So we enable and disable, and the next one is we showing and hide the radio box. And we can see here what else we can do. And this is the BLL commander. This is it's like a file controller, and in this case we can run this in the script. And if we, for example, we run this script is making a code backup for all our BLL project files that we have, and it's going to create a map with today's date. And if we go here again if I press this script, it's going to make a release script. So when I want to make a new release for BLL, I can run this script, and then it's ready for roaring down and upload to the website. And this script, if you look, this is only list box, but according to me, this is better than this file control, because I can't with the code say that I want to select this file when I want. I can't do that, and because I can't do that, I don't have the full control over this object, but I can do it with this list box, where I use the command and I read all the files, and then I can put them inside all the directories and the files in the directory. Next one is our text editor example, and this is all about the tab and the encryption that you have in the files. Sorry, I run this but file that is actually going to make a release of this, but because this is the final version, it's going to terminate. But if we press F6, we go up to here, and here we can make a password. It's an encryption key for our encryption types. This is the encryption type you can use in BLL, and then you encrypt, and then you're going to encrypt this file. And you have, if I press F1, we can see here, if we make it this little bigger, we can see that here is what you can do with the Eddie sample project. The next one is for sub windows. We can, it's like, release the sub windows, so when I go here, I can even put them up here and toggle them, and I can make them to be top window. I can close the window, and when I close the window, it's going to snap the second window to the first position. Can create, and then it's going to push the sub window. We can minimize and we can maximize. This Windows is now maximized, because it's not really maximized in the literally, because we have a maximize size that we set to this. So if we don't have this maximized, it's going to put the whole window as maximized. And then we have this CMD, that is the command for handling files and file controls. And this is a test program for making the slider to fully unsplit and split and make that function work in any direction. Here we're going to write to the inner file, and this is when I make this, it was all about the float. So here you can put the float to the inner file as a string, and here you have a true float where you put to the inner file. And then we have the tab control, and this is all about tabs, but it's also, we can, with this button, we can show how to disable showing the script file that running this application. So we can show and hide this. And the next one is the tab test number 2. This is a file where I play around with a panel. So this dark blue is a big panel that holding this tab area, and it have 2 tabs, and we can actually delete the tabs. We can delete all the tabs, and we have a picture that is on a tab that we can move around. And this is a tab, no, this is a panel that have a picture that we can maximize the window, and we can even stop the application by pressing this. This is a function only for making all the object once upon a time movable. And this is a script for loading information from my ini file. So here I can move around by pressing Control, and you see here the direction that we can move, and this is the information about the area, the position, the area, and what object we have in this area. And we can see we can even make, if we go here, we can even make a new pause. So now we can go to this pause, but there's nothing here. We can even make a pause that we can go back. So now we can go back and forth to this location. And we can see here, if we go to the ini file, this is the user that been created. If you write a name in this login window, you can create a new user. And this is the position, and this is the information object that you have in the area, and this push is what direction you can walk in this area. The next one is also reading and writing to the ini file. So here we can go around by page up and page down in the list. And we can, this also, at the time when I do this, it's you can put color. So this label, you can set the ink color and paper color, and we can set the paper color by pressing here, and we can even set all the text for this. And if we can drag the mouse, and if I restart this application, it's going to remember. We can show it more clearly by restarting. Really, it's going to remember where you are in this virtual size panel. And if we can even go back to this one, this have also, you can see that this one have a virtual width in this brown panel of 1000, and if we go back here, this pink panel have a virtual width of 1000 height. And then we have a splitter, and this is all about the control of the splitter. We can move the information between, we can move the information, and this is all. I can't really do it because my video recording program used this key, so I can't really use them to show how it's working. This is the gradient button that is called plop, and this plop is disabled, this is invisible, and you can see this is the different button, and we have even bind a event for making that key terminate the program. So this is the terminating button. And here we have a key down. We can see what key ASCII we're pressing down, and if I press a lot of key here, you can see what key, how many keys BLL can register at the same time. And you can also, with this script, see what ASCII the different key have. And here we can see the menu functionality BLL have, and in version 2 we can now set color for the menus. And here you can we can enable and we can disable the menu item, we can delete the menu, and we create it again, and we can add a menu inside the menu. And this is example for the menu how to do it. This is a little script that is only going to use a timer and count to 5, and then it's going to make a restart the script from the beginning within the application. And then you can also see that it's adding to a counter, and that counter is stored in the ini file. So we can see here, there's the counter, and this is the information about that. And then finally we have some Lua script that is converted to run within the BLL environment. And this is more or less all about the sample project file that comes with BLL when you unroll your project. Thank you for watching, and bye.